maybe you just suck at reselling, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to return pairs because you can't sell them, like maybe you're not a good reseller, and you should like.
Maybe he was trying to get out of the game, and he's just like, I'm gonna get rid of all my shoes. He's like,
He's like putting his foot, like taking off his jersey.
Yeah. His wife's like, you're not good at this.
Oh, he's definitely out now because Nike don't even want him, bro.
Yeah.
Like Nike's all like, you good, bro?
Yeah,
like,
he's got to go,
back, bro. Like.
All right, guys, we're back at it again. This is the Shoebox podcast, guys. The number one sneaker podcast in the world.
Soon to be.
Soon to be, guys. We're gonna try our best. I'm your host, Chewy. We got my boy
Oscar
and
Anthony.
We're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves. First episode, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about each one of ourselves and what kind of brought us to the sneaker culture.
Exactly. I think that's important.
Yeah. So my name is Chewy, and it kind of was a natural progression. Skateboarding my whole life. You're around Nike SBs, you kind of like see all those like little collabs that they've always had, and as I got older, got the Oreo 4s, and one thing leads to another. We got into round 2 and all these other things that were a big part of like the come up, and now we're reselling. So it's been a cool progression, I think.
Like over like
the last like 5-6 years. I
think it's been more than that.
Probably, but
more than that.
Collecting shoes and stuff, it's probably been like 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, same. So same kind of idea. I think for me it was like I had originally kind of started getting into shoes when I first bought like Jordan 5 Grapes. I think that's my shoe that kind of introduced me to like sneaker culture a little bit.
It's a good shoe.
And then just like you're saying, progress from that to like Jordan 1s. I know I used to wear a lot of like 5s like for that long period because of that shoe model. But now obviously like with trends and stuff like that, like my style has definitely changed in shoe choices.
What about you, Anthony?
Like what shoe brought me into like the sneaker culture?
What shoe is like the one that put you on?
It's got to be the Jordan 5 Alternate 90.
Yep.
Sheesh.
I remember wearing that to high school.
That was like, I remember, did I buy that pair?
Yeah, you bought it? Nah, I just bought it off you.
For like $100 or something.
Well, so you guys did a deal like at home or what?
I don't remember. Yeah. I think I got him, and then like I was like, okay.
But I was a size 11 and he bought 12.
Yeah, so he was kind of rocking them big with the big socks.
You gotta do
soccer,
I think at that time a lot of people didn't see like Jordan 5 lows. And that was like around when I was like,
what shoes are you guys wearing right now? Like what's in your guys' like daily like rotation?
Blue 10s.
Every Jordan 1. My little Tony has every Jordan 1 right now. I'm kidding. He's got all the hype color. He's got every colorway. For me right now, I got a lot of Dunks, Jordan 1s. It's got a couple pairs of 550s, New Balances. So just kind of like keeping it with like I have a size 13, so it's a bigger foot. So I like to have more of a not as bulky of a silhouette. So
yeah, I think for me it's like just Jordan 1s, a majority of them, like some lows. I think definitely it got put on more on the scene since like Travis Scott did those like releases and stuff. So I feel like you've been seeing a lot more. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a Travis Scott fanboy, so I had to stick with the lows and stuff like that too. So I think that's one of my rotation right now: 1s and Jordan 1 lows.
It's a solid shoe.
Yeah, it's a cool shoe. It's a
It's a classic
shoe, bro. Classic. Can't get better than that.
So what do you guys think is like the one shoe brand that's on the come up? Obviously Nike and Adidas have been crushing it. It's been more Nike the last couple years, but after Travis Scott, kind of all that stuff happened, Nike's kind of looking for their next Travis Scott.
What happened?
We don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it. But what do you guys think is the next brand that's going to come up the next couple years? Next year, what do you think is going to pop off?
So 2023, what shoe brand's going to pop? Okay. I kind of been seeing Puma do a lot of like cool like basketball shoes and stuff, like the ones that they just released with oh my god,
LaMelo.
That's LaMelos. There you go, the Melos. So. Like they had the Rick and Morty's that went pretty crazy. Like I didn't even know he had a shoe, to be honest, up until like that point when I saw that, and a lot of people were like really buying into him. So I was like, oh snap. So I think it would be cool to see them blow up and kind of like making a transition into the sneaker culture as far as like collectible shoes, and I think that kind of started that a little bit. But I guess it's just kind of hopefully they can keep up with that trend and like make a good shoe like that again.
What do you think, Anthony?
Now that you said that, like about Puma, like I'm starting to see a lot of Puma now.
No.
Like I forget who I saw, but like someone was like rocking Puma, like they got like sponsorship by them.
The mic a little closer to you. There we go.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. New Balance, I think so.
Yeah, New Balance is doing good. Jack Harlow's album kind of tanked, so kind of. But you know, I think the 550 is a solid shoe, and I hope to see any more. Like, I want to see some more cool like stuff they bring back or something new.
Yeah, I just hope they don't like phase that out or like I guess like kill that, because I feel like a lot of other shoe brands are trying to do the same thing with like making retros, like or like bringing back old like sneaker models and stuff like that.
Bring back some old silhouettes.
Yeah. Like the one that like that one that like Bad Bunny did too.
It's the Form 84.
Yeah, because that was an old shoe model, right? That they just brought back.
I'm pretty sure it's an old basketball shoe too.
Yeah, so I feel like they just brought it back, and then like that's the same thing that New Balance is kind of doing. So I just feel like I hope that formula doesn't just die out because everybody's like doing it and stuff like that.
I think the brand that like people need to look at is Mischief. I don't know if you guys have seen like
I have,
you know, like the little Nas X shoes.
That was like the first shoe, right? Or
no, they had a Jesus shoe. So like it was like the same. It was like an Air Max. Like,
Jesus shoe.
Yep, it's your boy.
That's why you picked it. That's why you picked it, bro.
No, like they had the Jesus shoe that I think that like had like holy water in it. So then they did the little Nas X shoe that had like a little bit of blood in them.
Yeah, I remember that shoe.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made a Jesus shoe.
That was like their before that shoe, and then they had what was the next shoe after that? Because they have just released the Gobstoppers. If you've seen those,
yeah, those are Jimmy Fallon's.
Yeah, so those are kind of like
those are
sold
interesting.
out.
Those are interesting because I feel like it kind of goes into that like that idea of like wear your shoes kind of thing, because you know how like you wear it and like all these colors kind of come out, and like I like that concept of like the more you wear it, the more kind of like those Jordan 1s that like you want the
Paris to New York.
Yeah, the Paris to New Yorks kind of like how like you wear them through and then you like release like the like Chicago's, right? Or
it's like
no.
They're like pink, right?
Oh, you're talking about the ones I have right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are
I think you're talking about the LA to Chicago's that I want.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the LA.
You said
the Paris to New York's the pink ones, the gray and pink.
Oh, I'm talking about the LA to Chicago ones.
Yeah,
But you have
ones.
the Paris ones.
Yeah, I have the Paris ones.
Those are sick.
So yeah, it's like that same concept. Like I was saying, kind of like. So I think that's a cool idea.
Like a Lance Mountain.
Yeah, the Lance Mountains.
Oh
of course.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think they'll be able to like?
They've been dropping they even dropped like that Air Force, like that wavy Air Force. This looks pretty sick. I've seen that blowing up on TikTok, and I've seen it.
I haven't seen any of this, bro. Like I guess I'm out of like touch or something.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like it's like more of like all their models are very like kind of like they're like gimmicky, but like it kind of like starts a conversation. The same thing with like the Tyga wavies, the wave like old schools you had. Those are all like kind of
it's like that same idea of like redoing a shoe that's
a classic
like already popular.
shoe. Exactly.
Got you.
And it's like it's cool. Like it definitely like brings more attention to the sneaker like culture. So I think
a good thing.
And I think like everything they come out with sells out. So like they're obviously doing something right, and they're doing good collabs with like artists and Jimmy Fallon, I guess.
Cool. So you're saying Mischiefs. Yeah. I'm saying Puma, and you're kind of between Puma and maybe like New Balance.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people like.
Because you like he's a Jack Harlow fan, so.
He's got the same mustache.
I mean, some people. I think like that's the most like person that they're like, oh, you kind of look like Jack Harlow. Like when we go out, like all the ladies are like, Anthony, Jack Harlow. Like what's the difference?
It's like synonymous.
Exactly. Like we can't even.
It's like when you flip a coin.
It's 50.
It's 50. It's
50. All right. Let's transition to the next question. Let's have a little fun with this one, since like we're kind of onto that topic as far as like brands. So I was thinking as far as like shoe models right now, like the most popular shoe model that I think in the moment right now, outside of the Dunk, I think would be like the Jordan 4, right? Like boom, right there.
It's been hot. It's been a hot shoe.
It's like shoe of like the year, bro. Like as far as like model wise, like that shoe is like everywhere right now. Like basically like a majority of the colorways that have come out just sell out, or like people really sought after, and they're like getting stupid crazy like prices.
Yeah.
So I came up with this kind of question right here for you guys. I'm gonna name 3 different colorways for Jordan 4. One of them never released. One of them you can never attain, and one of them is in your collection.
Yeah.
Okay. So who wants to go first?
Okay, Anthony, you go first.
Let's go with Anthony.
Yep.
All right, Anthony. These are the shoe models. Okay. Jordan 4 Breads, Jordan 4 Black Hats, and the Jordan 4 Fire Red.
For the unreleased, I'll probably say
Let's start with one that never unreleased, never released.
Black Hats.
Ooh, Black Hats never released. Okay, which one are you never going to attain?
Let me think. Probably Fire Reds.
Really?
Damn.
That's crazy.
Okay, and so then that leaves you with the Bread 4s in your collection.
Yeah.
All right. On to you. Which one?
Yeah, like a black hat can just not ever exist.
Okay.
You can just paint your shoe black if you want.
You spray paint it. Yeah.
Spray paint it.
And then one of them you're never going to be able to attain.
Yeah, I never really liked. Like I like the Bread 4 is a cool shoe, but I don't really like it, so I don't want it. So I want it. So I'm gonna put it as like I can't attain it because I don't really want it.
Okay. I think.
And then the shoe that I would want in my collection is the Fire Red. Even though I've looked at a couple pairs and I wish the leather was a little nicer, but there's still a dope colorway.
Yeah, the thing with this, like, it's a dope colorway, but like I've seen I feel like the leather quality on the last pair was the 2020, right? That was when they released. Right?
I think so.
I don't know.
2019 maybe.
No, I think it was a 2020. But anyways, I would go same route. Black Hats, just I mean you can keep them. Like there was a reason they sat on shelves for a reason. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
They're not like super crazy. There's nothing like special about them. So those could have never released, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then I would probably go Fire Reds. I'll never attain. And then I'm on him with the Bread 4s. Those would be in my collection because I've had them in my collection and I'm gonna get them back in my collection. But it's just a shoe that I personally like to wear. So
you look good in them. You look good in them.
Thank you.
He burned his last pair, but you know.
I didn't burn my last pair. There were the Jordan Olympics. We burned a pair.
No, I was kidding.
No, but remember we did burn a pair.
Yeah.
We found some fake like Jordan the Olympic 6s.
Yep.
That we thrifted and ended up being fake. So like we just burned them.
we got a sick Instagram pic.
We got a sick Instagram pic. I don't know if we can find it, but
I don't know either.
Honestly, don't know where we would pull that picture up. But
pull it up. I have it on my.
Anthony, pull it up. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you go ahead and pull that up for us?
I didn't even know you guys did that.
No,
that's hella funny.
But okay, that was a good, interesting choice. What was the next thing we were going to talk about?
Yeah. So did you guys hear about the Nike?
Yeah,
Nike recently. Well, okay, so we had a reseller recently trying to return a lot of bricks, and bricks are in the community as like shoes that don't sell. So he ended up trying to return them to Nike, and Nike would just hit him with a message saying, "Thank you for contacting us on regard of your error of your receiving online upon." Okay, so basically, what they're using some really nice words, but basically
you have to keep it professional when
they kept it so perfect. Yeah, they're canceling his account basically and saying we can't return these, and hopefully you can get Nikes from like other stores like Dick's or something. So like he pretty much was trying to return them, and they were like, "Nah,
like keep them,
keep those." And what do you guys think is that cool that Nike did that, or do you think that's not okay?
I don't know, dude. I think it's like, I don't know. Like I get why they would do it because I would probably get like I'm thinking on Nike's side, like I sold you something, and just because it's not on your favor as far as like that purchase, and you want to return them, I would kind of be like, it's not meant to be like purchased for your favor of like making profit, I guess, in a way. And I was like, I don't know. It sounds weird saying that because we're like, obviously we sell shoes and resell shoes. But I feel like it's just like if you can't sell them after you purchase them into their bricks, like you're like, I don't know, it's like you're not a good reseller. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like how is that good? Like, Nike's fault, and how should they be the ones that have to pay for your mistake? I guess in a way.
What do you think, Anthony? You think it's like, is that cool that Nike like was like, nah? Would you have banned him, or would you have been like, well, we can't return him, but you can still shop with us? What would you have done?
It's kind of hard because like I do understand why they did that, but like I would have done like no refund for it
and like not cancel his account.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they could have handled it a different way.
I definitely, dude. Everybody calling him. I think you for sure. Like, I think it depends on like if he like got them and like he was like running on like 30. You know, I don't know what the return policy is with Nike. If it's 30 days, 60 days. You know, yeah. I think it can. I think that definitely is going to be playing a factor into what Nike wants to do. If like, oh, well, you've had these for 2 months, we're not going to return them. But also like if you raffled for them too, and then you want to return them. I think if it would have to be a lot of shoes you'd have to return for them to like say something.
Well, I think what was his like 10 or something like that. Like it wasn't even like a crazy amount, but still like I think maybe they look at the history too. It's like bro, like every other shoe in the last 2-3 months you've at least returned like 3 to 4 pairs. Yeah, you know, like and then they're gonna
a habitual returner.
Yeah,
you know
like you're just like continuously coming back and returning stuff. And so again, like I said, like I don't know, like I'm on kind of on both sides where it's all like. At the same time, like if you don't want something, I mean, I guess you can just return it and be like, dude, it's in your policy 30 days. Instead of just canceling my account. Like I would be pretty upset. Like
yeah, and I think it's like Foot Locker and like a lot of stores, like, you know, they only let you buy it and sometimes they won't let you return it. Or they're like,
but like I think like Foot Locker and like they just don't like resellers in general. You know what I mean? I feel like they give you a lot of hard times when you go and sign a purchase. So I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like every time I go in there, they're kind of like they'll just like ignore you kind of, or like just kind of like won't really bother with you when you have a question as far as like information about a release or anything like that. They'll just kind of like, oh, you're like whatever.
Yeah. And I think I don't know, Nike could say like it's a collector's item and maybe like that's why we're not letting you return them.
Yeah, like it can be like,
it can be in that kind of category,
it's all like when you raffle, like maybe they can put something in there like and the terms and conditions as far as like when you raffle and you enter in that raffle, if you hit maybe like that specific shoe that you hit on that raffle, you're not able to return afterwards. Yeah. And then everything else that just kind of like a general release, like as far as like just the Nike website instead of the sneakers website, like I feel like maybe they can just be like, oh, you know, 30 days or maybe like decrease it to like a 14-day like return policy, which is basically like enough time for you, not like doesn't give you enough time for you to really grasp the sneaker market in a way, because generally it's like within like those 2 weeks that, you know, the sneaker market tends to kind of like change and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't know, in general it's just kind of like a hard topic as far as like
you should have just took the L.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, just take the L. Like, we've taken L's, bro. Like,
I think taking L. I think like you're giving. I think it's
like, dude,
you're kind of cheating, I guess.
You are like
you're like, I'm not gonna return these shoes.
You're like I said again, like it's like you just suck at reselling, bro. Like, if you have to return pairs because you can't sell them, like maybe you're not a good reseller, and you should like.
Maybe he was trying to get out of the game, and he's just like, "I'm gonna get rid of all my shoes." He's like,
he's like putting his foot, like taking off his jersey.
His wife's like, "You're not good at this."
Oh, he's definitely out now because Nike don't even want him, bro. Like Nike's all like, "You good, bro?" Like,
he's got to go,
back, bro. Like,
we had shoes that didn't sell, but like eventually we sold them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and even then, like we just take the L. We're like, you know, like we'll go to retail or like below retail if we have to, just to get rid of the shoe. And we were just having this conversation about how like important it is to always be moving your shoes, even if you're like, because it's like, dude, having some money come back versus like just having that shoe sit there and be like, oh, like this sucks, sneaker market sucks, like it doesn't really benefit you like at all. Like
and again, like you can hold shoes that are like dope colorways and you see some value in them, but sometimes when you're like it's stagnant or it's like going down or it's not moving at all, like you should definitely like think about like switching, like doing something with them or moving them, selling them, try to get them, you know, just get rid of them so you can get new shoes in, you know.
Well, since we're in that topic, it's kind of like because we're I don't know, like I mean some followers or some new people who might be listening in that might like not really know, but like this is like our first year like actually trying to like do this as like a legit business. So in this term we've done some like events and stuff like that. Like what would you take would be like one thing that you've learned like as far as like when it comes to like reselling sneakers, and we can start with you, Anthony.
explain it a little bit more. Like, are
Like-
you trying to say like?
Well, what's the thing that you learned? Like, just one thing that you took away so far this year.
I've been seeing like other people's not having like patience on like selling shoes. Like that would like newcomers. Like
Okay. Like they want to make money fast and
Yeah.
like they don't see it coming and they're just like, oh, this sucks, or like
Mm-hmm.
They're
a
like-
negative like perspective of like the sneaker
Yeah.
game or culture.
Yeah.
Cool. That's interesting.
I think a lot of resellers that I've seen around this, like, you know, where we work at, I think just because you hit on the Confirmed app or you hit on something doesn't mean you should buy it all the time.
Just
So
return them. No, I'm just kidding.
Or just kind of like try to, you know, you got to like see what sells, and then that's going to motivate to what you're going to buy next. Don't just be buying stuff just because you get them for retail. I think it's better to like, you know, source the shoe and like find like colorways that people want than just getting shoes. I got these for retail. I'm gonna make $20 off them, you know, but nobody's gonna buy them because they're brick, you know. So like being more selective with what you're choosing.
Yeah,
And like just because you can't hit it for retail doesn't mean like you're gonna sell the shoe for like a profit, you know. So like be more selective of what you're bringing in and like actually like take a look at what's actually selling.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
with
a lot
that.
of Jordan 5s came out and like
Yeah,
none of them have sold, you know.
Like
so.
I was saying, I'm a Jordan 5 guy, but like it was like I was saying, like it just changes with like the
Yeah.
culture and stuff like that. And as much as sometimes we want to like hate on like the new shoes and stuff or like the new wave, it's all like, you know, like at the end of the day, that's where this like everything's at. That's what's moving. It's all like just because your perspective is like how you're saying like, oh, that Jordan 5 is an OG colorway. Doesn't mean it's gonna sell the same way it did back in like 2009, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I think and that's like pretty much what I'm saying is just be
selective.
Be selective when you're a reseller, you know. Really like gauge what's selling and like, you know, don't
Understand it, a little bit better.
Like, and you have to, I think it's also just understanding the culture and like, you know, what is like just everything around the sneaker culture, like clothing, like what's popping, what styles, who are like the biggest influencers, like, because, you know, we're really mainly selling these to like younger people. So,
yeah,
you know.
And that's the one thing that I've taken is always like that too. And I've kind of gotten a little bit better at it where it's like, if there's a shoe model that maybe I don't particularly like, shouldn't like disqualify from being a shoe that we can buy and sell. And like it's just gotten better over time where like, for example, like when it came down to like women's shoes and stuff like that, there was a lot of like certain shoes that I wasn't, and like even in the beginning, if I'm being honest, like Dunks, when like I was super like against Dunks and I was like, I would never buy a Dunk or I would never like do a size run of like Dunks because I'm like, the shoe's not a good shoe, but I was being kind of offensive about it, and I was like, Jordan 1s are like the best shoe of all time, and you saw how that's going now, where Jordan 1s aren't really moving, they're bricking, and the Dunks are still hot. So that kind of showed me instantly that like just because you're not a part of that, like, you know, that group of people who really like Dunks doesn't mean you should disqualify it. And like I was saying, it kind of, the Dunks is particularly more popular in the women's sector, where it's all like a lot of women's and like to wear the dunk colorways. So I had to learn that one really quick and kind of be like, you know
wanted to survive.
Yeah, like you got to think about the person who's actually going to wear the shoe, and those are the people that want to shop with you, and you want to make sure you have something for them.
What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah,
it's like 550s. I don't really like them, but I see them.
The
move.
New Balance.
Yeah.
Dang, he just said that's the next way.
I see it in the come up.
You see it on the come up, but you personally don't think, like, you personally want to wear them.
Yeah.
Which is, like I said, understandable. Like, I was gonna say, like, with Dunks, like, what, I have one pair that you guys gifted me, like, And outside of that, though, like, I don't think I've purchased one.
It's the Dragon Ball Z colorway, navy blue and orange. The Goku colorway.
Son.
Not really, but yeah.
I think like I just accepted that new like certain things. I'm like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that definitely opened the eye for everybody. It's just kind of like there are certain things that, like, you know, we might not 100% like.
Yeah.
But it, like, people want it, like, it's whatever. Like, we gotta, you know, we're part of that culture, so we have to like provide that for them.
Yeah, and like I've worked in retail for so long, and like I've seen cool clothing, or like there's like definitely like different genres of clothing that come in at where I work, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm not gonna wear it personally, but I think that's gonna look cool on somebody else.
Oh yeah, you
so
can
like,
distinguish kind of
like so like I'm always like, that's dope, like good quality, or like I can see like who, like the kind of person that would want to wear this, and like I think I appreciate that. I don't discredit it, you know? So, like, just having that also in your head when you're buying shoes, too.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's just like, one, I feel like we shouldn't judge other people based off of the shoe that they want to like wear and buy.
Yeah.
Even as a reseller, because that's important because those are your customers.
Yeah.
And two, like it's always about like, you know, sticking true to yourself too, like, and don't feel bad if you like a shoe that somebody doesn't, and just buy what it is. So that's just, I feel like that is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
So
the Monarchs. It's a good shoe.
The Monarchs
for my dad. Okay, but no, yeah, that is what it is. Thank you guys so much. That's gonna wrap up the podcast, guys.
That is gonna wrap up the podcast.
You go ahead and subscribe to us. Follow us on Instagram. Follow our TikTok. Hit us up. We're always on the DMs. If you guys need a shoe, just let us know. We'll deliver whatever you guys need.
Yeah. At Shoebox PMW.
Peace out, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.